Hi everyone. In this video, I will talk about one of our most favorite business books, Emyth, and how it affected my business, how I created an operations manual after reading it, and how my manual helped my business get organized and scale. I'll also show you my operations manual on Notion so you can get inspired to build yours as well. And trust me, it will give you a peace of mind when running your own business, and especially if you want to hire a virtual assistant and delegate some tasks and scale your business faster. So, if you read the Emyth from Michael E. Gerber, you must be already familiar with the idea of building systems and processes in your business and how important and beneficial that is for you as an entrepreneur. First, let me tell you the brief story of my business and how we were running it before the Emyth and what changes I made to it after I read the Emyth. So I have an online business, a lead generation company that I co-own with my partner, who is also my fiance. And we started the business 1 year ago. Before that, I was a full-time employee, a typical 9 to 5, was a project manager. And even before that, I was a corporate lawyer. And I didn't have any significant business experience before. I always had something going on the side, but nothing really made me a substantial income until that point, other than my full-time job. And my partner was the same. He was a lawyer as well for 10 years. Then he became a business coach, started his own coaching business, but he didn't have much experience running his own thing either. So, and we both are coming from families where our parents were employees rather than business owners. So we both didn't have anyone basically in our close circle running their own thing so that, we could learn from. That is why when we first started our full-time entrepreneurship journey, all of our learnings were from the business books and YouTube videos, nothing else. Literally, those were our only teachers and mentors. And the Emyth was one of them. And basically, the Emyth is a business book. The long title of it is The Emyth, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. The author is Michael E. Gerber, as I said, and he's a worldwide known coach, a business owner, and an entrepreneur himself. And he actually has series of these Emyth books. Other than the general Emyth, he has Emyth contractor, Emyth attorney, accountant, physician, and so on. And the entire book, and even the entire series actually, is about building systems in your business in order to survive and thrive in your business. And he says that most people think that they are good at doing their jobs, and this is enough for them to be able to start their own business. For instance, you are a really good accountant working as an employee in an accounting firm, and you think, why not I start my own business and be my own boss? I'm already doing the job really well, but I'm making someone else rich. It's time to make myself rich, so let me just go and start my own thing. And same for other professions like lawyers, electricians, contractors, barbers, anyone. But there is a significant difference between being an employee, which Michael Gerber calls technician, and being a business owner. When you're a technician, you're only doing one thing, right? You have only one job. You just do lawyer work or barber work or baker work. But when you open up your own thing, your own business, you're not just a baker or a barber anymore. You're also a digital marketer and a salesperson and a cleaning person if you have a shop. You also do the bookkeeping in your business. You do the admin work, such as answering phones, scheduling meetings, writing reports. You should also be your finance department and HR department, so on and so forth. So you yourself basically become the entire firm. So he says, if you don't have systems for the tasks and processes that are going on in your business is destined to fall apart. You either burn out, which we call entrepreneur burnout, or your business dies, you start to have cash flow issues, or your service sucks because you fail to give consistent service to your customers and they leave. So, and what do we mean by saying building a system in your business? Like, what is this system, or what is this standard operating procedures that everyone is talking about, SOPs, right? What does that mean? It's basically how you do things, actually. That's it. There is no need to complicate it. It's how you do things in your business. And we all have this in every business. For instance, if you have let's say a clothing brand, online apparel brand, you have a certain process of how you pack your orders, right? For instance, you first create the invoice, then you find the right apparel in right size and color, then you pack it in a certain way, then you put some additional stuff in the package, maybe such as feedback request card or maybe an additional gift as a sticker or something small for the customer, and you should ship it using a certain shipping company. This is a very short process and it has only 4 or 5 steps in it, but it is still a system in your business. It's a certain way of doing things, how your business serves its customers. And you may think that this is not necessary to document because I can explain this verbally easily to my new hire. But remember, that person, when you hire them, will have a million things to remember in their new job. So do you want them to have everything in front of them in writing and get up and running easily in 2 days, for instance, after you hire? Or do you want them to have a long learning and adjustment period of 1 month where they learn how to do things by making million mistakes and, causing some friction in your business? That's the key. So before the Emyth, we had 2 Excel sheets. One was for us, just for my partner and I, and the other one was with our employees to manage everything with them. And not that it doesn't work. The Excel sheets or the Excel method worked for some time for us, but until it didn't, I guess, because Excel has limitations, as you know. Running the business from an Excel sheet or a bunch of Excel sheets is not that reasonable or convenient. Because when you want to have all of your processes and work instructions and systems on an Excel, you start having different tabs for each individual thing. And after some point, it becomes a pile of tabs. Plus, the view is not really clean or aesthetic because you only have cells to work with. Excel is full of cells. That's your only option. And you can't easily move the cells around. So it wasn't, convenient. And after I read the Emyth, I was really determined to create a clean and concise operations manual, not just for us, but for our employees as well. It's actually more for them than us because they are the ones who are mostly doing the repetitive day-to-day tasks in the business. So I started to create our manual on a simple Word document at the beginning. And I thought I can share it as a PDF with our employees. Again, not a bad idea, but not as good either, because your operations manual is not as living as your, let's say, Trello board or Notion Kanban board. As in, you're not updating it every single hour of the day or every single day. But it is still a living document because things are changing in your business, from time to time. You're changing a process, updating a system, creating a new system. And during the process, I read lots of resources about how to create an operations manual, how to document your system. Like, I created lots of documents as a lawyer and a project manager during my career, but I never created an operations manual. So I wanted to check if there's a standard way of, building it. And it turned out to be there is, because all of the articles basically said the same thing. That your operations manual should include a bunch of sections such as business history, culture and values, organization chart, job descriptions, business systems and processes, which is the most important part, the most comprehensive part, emergency procedures, and contact list or directory, as we call. So based on that information that I gathered from all the resources that I read and watched, I first created the PDF version, but then due to the limitations of the PDF, we turned it into a Notion database, which I will show you now. And voila, this is our manual. The color palette is not the same as what we have on our website, but that's okay because this is something internal. Our clients are not seeing this document. Well, they are not seeing our website either, actually, because they don't come to us through our website. We find our clients by cold outreach. And this is the manual section, as we call. I'm not going to go into all these pieces because, first of all, it includes confidential information, especially in relation to our clients. And second of all, I'm going to actually show you the template that we are selling online. That is a pre-built Notion template. So what we do is when we hire a new team member, I click share button and I make sure that none of these are actually enabled so that they won't be able to edit the manual or write a comment or duplicate the manual because they won't need to do any of those basically. And I copy the link and I share the link with them. And that means actually you are actually sharing as a V1 document. For instance, they come here, they click culture and values, and they start reading our values. By just using the arrows, they read the entire manual, and then we make a call with them where they ask any questions if they have, and then we continue with their onboarding, and then they start working with us. So that's about it. I'm going to also show you the one that actually we are selling online so that you can see I will be going into some sections just to give you an idea. So this is a template that we are selling online, and we have a 20% discount right now. If you go to operationsmavenue.com and use the discount code of 20, you can get a 20% discount. And if you want to organize your business, and especially if you are hiring people, a virtual assistant or an executive assistant, and you want to delegate your tasks easier and faster, or if you are scaling up your business and you want to get some time back so that you can focus on more on strategic work rather than tactical work, such as day-to-day work, I would definitely recommend you to buy the manual because it helped me and my partner doing all of those. And I'm pretty sure it will help you as well. And as you can see, it includes all the sections that I told you. It actually has one extra or more extra because I had told you 7 sections, but it has this has 13 sections. And the one that you didn't even see in our manual is the owner-only section. And in this one, we basically have things that are or that should be accessible by the owners only, not the employees of the teams or the companies, because there will be some stuff that shouldn't necessarily be known by your employees, in your company, such as hiring process, your firing process, what is your business plan, your targets, the local partnerships that you have or you will make, your business contingency plan, those kind of things. So for this section, we actually suggest that you create this section, customize it to your business, you fill it out, and then you transfer it to, as a separate section on your Notion. And when I say pre-built, what I mean by that is every section is pre-populated for you, actually. For instance, when you go into the business systems and processes, I'm actually going to open it on full page. It includes all the standard operating procedures that a small business would need and divided in 2 subsections, employee relations and customer relations. And if you go into, for instance, any of these pieces, it includes everything, pre-written for you, and how to handle complaints, for instance, or, lost and found items, what to do about them, frequent customer inquiries that you can customize for your business. FIFO, if you have a business that is dealing with the perishable items, so on and so on. It's same for the employee relations as well. So I'm not going to go into each of these sections because I've already done it. As I said, I'm going to put the card up somewhere and you can check my previous video where I show the inside of each of these pieces, and I actually explain what's the benefit of it and how we utilize or how we customize those sections. So that's a wrap. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you learned anything from video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for my channel for more videos like this. And I'll see you in my next video.